Early today, Waikato University officially opened its most significant capital development in the university's 59-year history. The PA is an $85 million development that began construction in 2019 and will become the year-round home or marae for students on campus. Our reporter Marea Haimonariki spoke to the university's Deputy Vice-Chancellor Maori, Dr. Sarah Jane Tiakiwai.
Firstly, I want to know about the name of this building. It's called the PA. Why was it named the PA?
So the PA was actually coined by Associate Professor Te Kaihautū Maxwell, and the intent was really to normalise our experiences. We go to hui, we go to the marae, so let us come to the PA. So not unlike how it used to be, as you go to the village and your everyday activities occur at the village or at the PA. So that's the idea. It's both a living and learning space, it's a teaching space, it's also a space to eat, to commune, to wānanga. So to kind of capture all of those activities, that was the idea of giving it that name.
Now, from my understanding, the construction for this building started in 2019. Did COVID play a bit of a role in maybe hindering the speed or the process of the building, or was it supposed to be scheduled for earlier, this opening?
It was, yes. COVID, like with other projects around the country, has had a huge impact. Originally, we were scheduled to finish this last July, and then again we were hoping probably February, but the knock-on effects of supply for some of the construction items and so on has seen us almost a year behind, but we're here today. Koe ngā te mea nui.
And what does the PA include? I heard there is a bit of a food court, which no doubt will be quite a popular space for a lot of the community members. What else is there?
Yes, so we have our wharenui at the front, and then behind the wharenui is what we call Te Ahurutanga, or our student hub. It's an all-weather enclosed space which includes gathering spaces, communal spaces for our students, but equally we have retail spaces. Te Pua Wānanga ki te ao, the Faculty of Māori and Indigenous Studies, has relocated. They will move back into that space where they were originally, and we also have office spaces and a council meeting room. So both the council as well as our students, so all encompassing.
And what role do you think this building will play in terms of perhaps mending the relationship between the university and Maori here? Because it hasn't exactly been the smoothest over the last few decades.
I think, as Rahui mentioned this morning in his speech, he talked about the ongoing support of the tribe and of the kingitanga, and part of that support requires us to withstand some of the, and be buffered by some of those challenges that face us as an institution. We get growlings as we have received, and that's what he shared, but equally they are there to support us when we are in times of trouble, which they have. I think the key things for us as a university is that, we don't just look at the building as a building in and of itself. We have talked about this as being the cultural heart, but the cultural heart can only beat so long as the people within it are giving it the right blood to beat. So that will be our challenge as a university, is to make sure that we honour and uphold the values of kingitanga. We uphold and honour the fact that our king was present this morning alongside the tumuaki and the kingitanga. That's our challenge, that we can't just look at this as a building, we can't look at this just as a series of names, but we actually have to give life to those values and principles. So, I think that will be a challenge for all of us as a university community, and that requires all of us to lean into that and commit to that journey.
Tēnā koe ākati koe nāku nei pātai mo tēnei wā, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Māori, Dr. Sarah Jane Tiakiwai. Tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe.
That's all from us here on campus at Waikato University. Neil, back to you at the studio.